Welcome to the Epic Phandemic. My name is Craig,
And I'm Caesar.
and we're here to bring you the latest and greatest in news, games, reviews.
And our point of views in today's pop culture.
And first up today, we're going to be going with video games to start. The latest going on with video games. Obviously, the next gen wars. The next gen wars are coming real soon, faster than we expected. They're saying maybe as early as March we're going to get the first word of when they're going to be announced. Obviously, the best bet right now is banking on E3, PlayStation 4, and Xbox 720. Lots of different code names that they've been using, but it's expected by year's end for them to be out, probably costing around $400. So save your money now. Don't go out buying anything, any new console colors or anything like that. Save your money because here it comes, and it's going to be a big year. A lot of big games coming out as well.
They hit up the sperm bank.
The sperm bank, yeah, exactly. All that little bit of extra cash, recycle. Go get that 5 cents. You're going to need it. In today's news, we have Dead Space coming out, Dead Space 3. The demo is out now. You can go ahead and play it. It's really awesome for those of you fans of actual Dead Space. Caesar
Me,
here.
on the other hand, I'm a newbie. I just played Dead Space for the first time and peed my pants. I will say I did piss my pants.
Yeah, I've been
just
there.
From the demo. I've not played the first two games, but just from playing the demo not too long ago, actually, it actually is amazing. The graphics, the gameplay. I mean, I'm not sure what the first two are, which now I'm gonna go back and play them. But Dead Space 3, love the fact that you can build your own weapon. Kind of gives me a little reminiscence of Mass Effect 1 and 2, where you got to customize your weapons, and that is my favorite game. So I love Dead Space 3 demo. The co-op. Have not yet to play it, but I've been seeing a lot of videos on the internet and reviews. Craig here and I are gonna hit that up. It's probably tonight and go through it because it changes every time you play it, or it changes the dialogue.
Yeah.
And it changes what happens. Like we play single player, or multiplayer, or co-op. Not multiplayer, but co-op. I would definitely want to play co-op because I won't be alone.
Yeah, it's definitely a game you don't want to be alone in the dark. I've had some great experiences with the old ones in the past, and February 5th comes out. Make sure to reserve it. GameStop, you get a lot of good things with it. You get a new armor. Also, for those of you, he's a big fan of Mass Effect. If you have a saved game for Mass Effect on the particular console that you buy, Dead Space, you get a special armor, the N7 armor. And I actually saved that news. This is the first time he's heard of it, too.
Wow, I'm very excited now. I think I just creamed my pants just a little bit. So, on to another game out.
On that
I
note.
haven't, as I go change my pants real quick. I haven't played the demo yet, but Craig here has told me about the new Metal Gear game. And as you can see, my friend here, unfortunately, which makes me not want to play, but I will be playing it just to get my views, because mostly Craig is always wrong. We'll see that
That's what they
in
say.
the future shows, hopefully. So why didn't you like it, Craig? What's
It
up with
was
Metal
really
Gear?
repetitive. The gameplay, especially for those who are fans of the Metal Gear series in general, it's really stealthy, and that's kind of what you expect. And this game totally the other side of the coin. And you can go into it with a fresh point of view and maybe enjoy it. It's really fast paced. I found it really hard to keep up with the camera, like of what's actually going on. You could barely see what he was doing.
No, it's still like covert ops kind of thing, where you're kind of like
no,
hiding.
you're Raiden, which is the first thing that's wrong with the game. You should be Snake, always Snake. Kojima, from here on out, Snake. That's all we want to play with. We don't want to play with anyone else. Basically, you're Raiden, and from Metal Gear 4, cyber suit, robotic ninja from the future, and you're dropped into this war zone, and the gimmick is your sword can cut through anything at any point in time.
So it's adamantium.
Yeah, basically adamantium. But it's almost forced on you in destruction. Blowing up your surroundings in games is old to us now. You had Red Faction. You could break any wall at any time. and it's just seemed like it's so forced on you that you have to do it to chop things up, and it slows the game. That it goes from such a fast pace, and then you have to hit the trigger button or the L3 button to go into this particular mode and then you have to use the analog to kind of decide the way you want to chop with your blade. So if you want to swipe, from left to right
So
or
it should
up
have
to
made it
down.
for the Wii.
I think for the move of the Wii, it would be more fun to play than actually with the controller. So you go from this fast pace, and then all of a sudden it just stops, and you have to figure out, I want to cut, diagonally, and then you cut diagonally, and then you go, I've got to cut the other way, and then in the midst of you cutting, you have to push a particular button to grab a power up, so you don't waste your ability to cut through things.
So important question, I'm sure everybody's wondering, is the chime still on there with the warning chime?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll have to play it, because that's the reason I play Metal Gear, because I love that sound. On to our next game. Craig has had the opportunity to play it. God of War Ascension. The multiplayer beta just ended not too long ago. I sadly did not get to play the multiplayer, but I did get to play the tutorial, which shockingly I was very impressed with. You start off as a Spartan on Mount Olympus, and you get to choose pretty much like your faction, like which god you want to back up. You get Zeus, you get Ares, you get Hades, you get Neptune. Cool. So it's really, really cool. Each person has different powers, different magics, and different abilities. The only ones you get to play in the demo are Zeus and Ares. You don't get to play Hades or Poseidon. They look pretty badass, I will say, being a mythology fan myself, I will say. But Ares, of course, you have a huge blazing sword. One of the coolest things I saw is the ability to parry an attack from your foes. So you get to block a sword swing or something. The graphics are great. It seems like a great game. My concern is most games that go multiplayer suck in story mode. And I play games for the story. If I wanted to play multiplayer, I'd go LARPing or something.
Yeah. In this day and age, a lot of games, go for that multiplayer. And for your, a bang for your buck, you get more game when you go multiplayer. And I understand that. And that's cool. But there's certain games that people play, and they play for the story.
I think the God of War, definitely one of those.
It's definitely one of them.
For those who purchase their PS3 bundle pack with every single God of War game that I personally have now. Yeah. It's pretty amazing because it has all of them. And it takes away your hours of sleep like it has for me. But it's a great genre. It's a great series. And I'm definitely. I'm a little disappointed with the fact that they're going multiplayer, because it makes me think it's gonna suck. Yeah. Although I will say I will play the multiplayer just because it was a lot of fun playing the tutorial and everything. The graphics were great, but I don't know where they're gonna go, because Kratos is dead. The last one. So,
yeah, that's one of my.
This is a prequel of the game. So.
And by the way, spoiler: exactly, Kratos is dead.
Kratos is dead. Sorry, the game came out like 3 years ago.
Right.
You never played it. You're quite of a loser. No offense. I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's what we have on the reviews for video games. Injustice.
Oh yes, Injustice.
Injustice news. The big news in Injustice, for those who don't know what Injustice is the new DC pretty much bash 'em up game. It's like Mortal Kombat meets DC
it's
characters.
by the creators of Mortal Kombat. NetherRealm Studios, formerly Midway. Ed Boon created the game, and it's basically, like you said, it's Mortal Kombat by DC. And fans non-fans, I should say, of the old Mortal Kombat versus DC, don't fret, this game looks way better. It's got this really cool feature of using backgrounds that interface with the game. So like in mid-fight, you could
smash someone's face into the
car,
computer,
or grab the car and smash them with the car, and it's really, really cool. And they do a good way of matching like someone's power level like Superman with a street level guy like Batman.
Yeah, it was a great game. I actually had the pleasure of playing the demo. Craig, obviously very jealous of last year's Comic-Con. Great game. Just from the little bit I got to play before the other 300 people pushed me off. Great game. Now, the big controversy right now is the collector's edition was just released, so go to your store and pre-order your games. But the collector's edition, there are two separate types. There's a UK and a US version. And just like most things, the UK has a better one because, Craig, you might want to break it to everybody.
The controversy between it, there's some with it as well, is the two different busts. One of which is Wonder Woman basically strangling Batman with the rope, with her magic lasso. Sorry. As well as she's getting ready to hit him with
Superman's spaceship,
believed to be Superman's spaceship when he was a child.
Tonka truck.
And then on the flip side, the UK one, obviously, almost everyone's a Batman fan, and this one gives Batman the upper hand. Basically got Batman grabbing her by the throat, straight by the throat, looking like he's getting ready to give her a pimp slap, because Batman is a pimp.
I know, yeah, she's holding his hand with the rope, but then again, if you're a fan of comic books, and if you ever read any classic Wonder Woman comic books, they're a little, raunchy. I mean, Wonder Woman. She was always bondage. It was like Wonder Woman being tied up, and the bad guys talking dirty to her, and like bad villain talk.
Pretty much.
There's huge dialogue, and Wonder Woman's like tied up every single comic book ever. That gets old after the third one. But yeah, this is a big controversy. Will we see it here in the States, or if we're gonna,
It's not believed that it's going to be the actual Wonder Woman one. Will be here, or the Batman one, I should say, will be here in the States. Once again, because it's Batman beating up on a woman. It's going to be like
mad moms against Batman.
Exactly.
So I will be ordering one online from the UK.
Yeah, definitely. Go check them out. You can see both of them online. If you find a way. We'll be researching it as well to see the best way to order the.
We'll be posting some pictures on our Facebook page as well as our website, so you can check those out as well. Off to TVs. A couple of new shows and shows coming up. The Following with Kevin Bacon. I mean, his
great show.
Band is great, but how was the show?
His band.
Hey man, the Kevin Bacon band is amazing. If no one listened to it.
I mean, it's Kevin Bacon. There's not much you can really say that's bad. I mean, the guy is a pretty
hollow
tough
man.
Yeah,
I mean,
hollow man. Come on, Footloose.
I guess.
No, but honestly, it's a really good show. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I'd rank it up there right up there with Lost. In the fact of like keeping your interest, I would put it like it's a show where you don't know necessarily what's going to happen next, and basically,
is it a crime thriller? I haven't really followed on.
Kevin Bacon is an FBI agent, and he captured this notorious murderer who was killing people. The gentleman is really into poetry, Edgar Allan Poe mostly, and he's very charismatic, and he gets people under, he
sounds like Hannibal Lecter,
right? And he basically gets these people under, he gets in their minds, and they do basically whatever it is he wants to do, and he goes around and kills these people, mostly women, plucking out their eyeballs and things like that.
Liver and fava beans.
No, not quite to that extent, but Kevin Bacon captures him, and we don't get to see that part. It's something it has already happened off screen. We pick up with basically him getting a phone call saying that this gentleman has escaped prison, and we have to figure out why and how. I mean, he was sentenced to death within a week, and it turned out that he's so charismatic and he's just that good that he has hundreds of followers, we are led to believe.
See, my problem with shows like that are, to me, it seems like a show that has like a short life span. Like, for example, Prison Break. I mean, how many times can you break out of a prison? So, I mean, let me finish off. I could see it on your the look on your face. So, like, how long are we gonna go chasing this guy? Because it gets frustrating. I mean, if it's like you said, like Lost, correct. I don't want to like spend the season chasing a guy, and then he catches him, and then he magically disappears. Exactly. It's just one of those things.
I can understand
it becomes repetitive. I mean, Prison Break, he was in prison, he broke out, then he got put back in Mexican prison, which obviously is very different from American prison because I mean, I'd never made it past the second season.
Okay, now, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the show. Unfortunately, Caesar hasn't seen the show.
Everybody's going to ruin it for him.
But I am going to ruin it for him here, but it just kind of give him an idea of where it goes. In the first episode...
everybody dies.
No, in the first episode, he's caught.
He's caught.
So spoiler alert: the
bad guy is caught, Joe. So we've already reached the pilot and the ending of the season all in one. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Like
no, Kevin Bacon's gonna.
But like I said, and like the title says, the following. The people that follow him,
so it's
the cult that he has created of all these people who loved him, and they read his book and he brainwashed them.
I mean, I watched the news, so everybody knows a serial murder.
Everybody wants to know about that.
Well, hopefully you guys will follow us.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna have our following, the Phandemic, epic Phandemic.
And that's it. The people that follow this guy. Or that's the key to this show is you don't know who's following this guy. So the halfway through, these people we've kind of started to trust.
They're crazy.
They turn out to be followers of his, and they now kidnap somebody that Kevin Bacon's like, what the hell? So
it's a bunch of copycats.
So exactly, it's almost exactly, but they're not necessarily doing exactly what. There's a few of them that are copying him, and then there are a few that are doing his bidding. So you never know who's on his side. So who knows? At the end, it could just be Kevin Bacon versus the world.
It could be Kevin Bacon's the bad guy,
right?
You never know. Psychotic guy. He's the puppet guy, whatever.
Cool. Real quick, real cool little news. The actor, don't know his name, that played Bobby Iceman in X-Men. The X-Men franchise is in it as well, and I thought that was
which he's
cool.
Actually, I don't know if you know, he's going to be returning as well with the actress that plays Kitty Pryde in the X-Men. What's the name of the sequel? Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's new news coming out as well. They're going to be returning for the movie. I don't know whether they're going to be in the present timeline or in the future timeline, because obviously in the title there is going to be some time travel.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. One of my favorite shows just came back on the other night, Spartacus. If you've never watched the show, it's one of those shows you can pick up anywhere. And if you love blood, guts, and like nude men and women, either way you go, it's a great show. It's obviously about Roman times and Spartacus, the gladiator. Just came on the other night, and it's the same thing that's been going on for the last three seasons. It's been weird because the first season, the actor, apologize, can't remember his name, passed away, and so instead of going to a second season, they went into a prequel season, which was actually better than the first season. And then they jumped into the second season, which technically was the third season. Are you still following? And now they're continuing into the fourth season, which is supposed to be the series finale. It's supposed to be the last season they do for the show. It's amazing. It's 300 meets Gladiator, and I won't do any spoilers for you, but Spartacus is whooping. Go ahead.
The one thing I could definitely say, I am behind in the show. I saw the first two seasons. I haven't caught the rest of it. Since then, it's very bloody, very gory, a lot of action and a lot of nudity. So it's not for everybody. But it's also in a lot of ways it's realistic, because that's how the times
is very
were.
realistic. It's far from historical accurate, but it's entertaining, and just listening to the actors trying to do roaming accents or their dialogue is in itself entertaining as well. So I would definitely suggest it. It's on HBO. No,
you should know this. You're gonna have to edit this part. It's on Stars.
It's on Stars, ladies and gentlemen. Stars. HBO is going to send you a letter for that one.
Stars. For those of you who don't know, Stars.
Everything's DVR, so I never know what
right.
channel
You
it's on. I just
record and play.
I just look, play, and half the time I'm intoxicated. So, I am excited for February 10th. Because A, I hate Valentine's Day, and B, I want to see people eat other people's hearts in The Walking Dead. Great graphic novel. It's one I hate black and white graphic novels, and it's the only one I'll actually read and put time and effort to read. It's not colored, because I like colored. I mean, if it's not got a picture, why would you read it?
There's actually a lot of people aren't aware. There's actually they replayed the very first episode After it aired, obviously in color, a few episodes in, they went back and re-aired the very first episode in black and white.
That's pretty cool. I have to
So
definitely
that's
check
kind
that
of
out.
kind of
Or
cool.
if you have an old school TV, you saw them all in black and white because that's just that's the way it is.
For our old fanboys out there, older fanboys who
Still
just
the
don't
RCA tube
they
TV.
don't change with the times. I know you're out there.
Look, LCD is not bad, or plasma. It's layaway.
The UHF knob. For those of our younger audience, we used to have 13 channels at best.
13. You guys, as far as the knob could go.
No, but with Walking Dead, there's a lot of cool things coming up with Walking Dead as well. There's not to backtrack too far with the game. There's a new game coming out based off of the show, which is a little different. Not the one that's out now. But there's actually one where you're actually the brothers. What's his name?
Dale and
yeah, you're them, and it picks up before the show happens. So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. I love the Facebook game.
So, but then right?
Hey, you need to walk or click around and just shoot zombies. And sometimes they're your friends. Those are the best ones. I always shoot your guy.
Yeah. The only downfall is some people are saying the graphics aren't too good. They kind of look like PlayStation 2 graphics.
But then again, if you're shooting zombies, like how much graphics do you need? Blood, guts, and shotguns.
Hey, a shotgun and a zombie. That's all I need for a good time.
Definitely looking forward to that show. Does start on AMC. I got the channel right this time.
You got it right.
I got it right this time. AMC, February 10th. Everybody, check it out. And now on TV coming up soon, the Shield show from the Avengers.
Right. That's
going
right.
on ABC, the
That's right.
Disney network.
Disney,
I was going to say Disney, the Mickey Mouse who owns the world, Marvel, AMC. They also own ESPN. Did you know that? They're like Monopoly. I want the guy who owns Disney to come out with a monocle
they got
and a top hat.
Marvel, Star Wars, everything Disney, and we're here based in Orlando, so we get the mouse all the time.
I mean, I love the mouse. He's great.
But yeah, Marvel's The Shield, which is kind of interesting because apparently it's not a prequel.
No, it's after the Avengers movie, and
so it's kind of like a sequel, guys.
From some of the talk that's been going on, they're comparing it to Once Upon a Time,
which is weird to me. But hey,
for our lady audiences that watch Once Upon a Time, and those gentlemen too. I mean, I watch it.
Hey, no, it's not bad.
Ladies love it. Once Upon a Time's a great show. We might not talk too much about it because I'm sure Craig doesn't watch it.
No, I've seen a few episodes.
I'm a season behind, so they definitely want to go with a family show. It's ABC. They're not going to have Spartacus on ABC, obviously. But they definitely want to have like a family show where it's fun. It's got action. It's got all that stuff. Obviously, they're going to have cameos of superheroes. Other Marvel characters. If we'll see people like Iron Man and stuff, I really doubt it. I don't see big wigs like that. Maybe in passing a poster with Tony Stark's face, smiling, or
drop a line or
mention their name. But I'm pretty sure we'll see No Name, like Batman. But no, not Batman. I'm not a big Batman fan.
This guy, No Name.
But people like I don't even know Marvel.
You got Luke Cage that show up. You got Iron Fist. Maybe not necessarily Spider-Man, but
I think what they'll do is they'll tie in a lot of future movies. Like such as Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. They'll mention them, which would be really nice. It's their phase 2 that's coming out. Ant-Man, which should be coming out, I think, what they said, 2015, 2000? Yeah. Which also at Comic-Con, for those who've seen the footage online, it looks awesome. And for those who were there.
The cool thing, though, with the Shield coming out, there's two things that sold me on the idea from the get-go. Agent Coulson. As spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the Avengers, we'll give you a couple seconds here to go ahead and pause the video, fast forward it, watch the Avengers, come back to us. Okay, now spoiler alert once again. Agent Coulson, he died in the movie, or at least we're led to believe, and he's the catalyst of what how brought the Avengers together in the movie. So how he's in the show, considering it happens after the Avengers, is beyond me. There's a lot of different theories going out, ranging from him being Vision. For those of you who don't know Vision, we'll fill you in the later date and time, to being...
I think it would be great Vision.
Yeah, right? I think so too, but...
I think he is Vision. I mean, he's always everywhere. I mean, like in the movies, he's in like Utah,
But
or whatever.
the Shield
And
is,
then he shows up in New York with Tony
the
Stark.
Shield is also known for having body doubles. Many
Yeah.
people have tried to kill Nick Fury in the comic books throughout the years and assassinate him. And some people succeed, and we're all led to believe, and it turns out to be a body double, just like a robotic android type of thing. So they're saying that either he was an android then or is an android body double now. Then again, it's a comic book. I mean, he could have come back to life some magical way. You never know.
Some magic beans.
And the second thing that sold me on this is In Whedon We Trust.
And the Whedon we do trust. And for those who can't see from back here, Whedon signed my Comic-Con badge. Yes, he was intoxicated.
So jealous.
He was slightly inebriated.
As we all are to deal with Caesar.
As we all are. I will say, like, the man is a god. I'm not going to do any sacrifices or anything for him, but I'm a huge Firefly fan, and he came out and he walked around for hours in the middle of the night. Yes, with a Red Bull, and I'm sure the Red Bull had other substances in it. But a lot of people who were at Comic-Con that night and camped out, just as myself, got to see Josh Whedon, and the guy's great. Everything he does. I mean, even Buffy. I mean,
Buffy, awesome.
Even
Firefly,
Sarah Michelle Gellar, just great to look at. But forget that. I want the story.
Definitely.
So, what else do we have for you guys today? Movie reviews. My favorite part of the day. I spend my life at the movies. I put them in my income taxes. I spend a lot of time there. I spend more time there with my girlfriend because she doesn't exist. Onto the okay. You should play that music when you watch The Last Stand because it's very sad to watch Arnold. This moment of silence.
Right.
Okay. Arnold is a great action superhero person of our time. I mean, it's definitely top three superhero action movie actors of
my personal favorite.
Definitely one of mine.
I'm a kid of the 80s and the 90s. And
I love Van Damme, and watching movies like The Expendables definitely does bring back a lot of good memories. I wonder how much Metamucil they all drink when filming that movie. But The Last Stand, and this is what depresses me, is not a bad movie. It's a good movie. But it only gets good with Johnny Knoxville.
Knoxville?
Johnny Knoxville.
Mr.
Yes,
Jackass.
that is Mr. Jackass. I was just about to say Mr. Jackass. I have nothing against Johnny Knoxville. I love laughing at his stupid antics and Jackass and making a fool of himself. But any movie with Johnny Knoxville is not a movie. The fact that he made this movie, it made me laugh, made the movie good. But Arnold is really past his prime. I would give it, a 2 out of 5 stars.
Ooh, that hurts my heart.
It's gun porn. Definitely.
That's a new one for me, ladies and gentlemen. I have never heard the term.
It's gun porn to an extent.
Gun porn. You heard it here first.
I know all those members of the NRA. They know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of them, not to interrupt real quick, did you hear about a week ago, obviously with all the news about guns and everything after all these shootings, and it's terrible. But the NRA, trying to put a ban on guns and bashing video games, saying, video game violence, this, that, and the other. About a week and a half ago, actually, they released an NRA app, which is a game on teaching you how to shoot. So from bashing all these games, now they go ahead and want to create a game. Like, what's wrong with these people?
This is the trigger. This is the back. It's like a knife. You put this end that way.
But it's a video game.
It's like Game of Thrones. Put this pointy end to the bad guy.
They want to bash video games and bash entertainment, saying it's too violent for our kids, and then they want to make a video game. Like,
look how we came out.
Exactly.
I mean, toys hanging from. Does this look violent to you?
Right?
I mean, a lightsaber. That's all I'm saying. A lightsaber. A time for a more civilized time.
I agree.
Hansel and Gretel. The
latest in dark fairy tales. The nitty-gritty fairy tales, if you will.
The movie was awesome. It's Hansel and Gretel. I mean, how can it be great? the leading lady is definitely something to look at. And
Jeremy Renner for the ladies. That's not
Jeremy
bad
Renner.
either.
I mean, hey, the dude
was Hawkeye. Come on.
I mean, the dude's got it. He's pretty badass. And they're hunting witches, and it's actually pretty funny. It's funny. Lots of action, lots of moving around. I mean, it's not huge, huge story or anything. It's kind of predictable, but it's a very, very good movie. One of those popcorn flicks, as I got to call it. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5, which is pretty good. I'm a tough judge. Dancing with the Stars got nothing on me.
Look out, Simon.
Next reviews. Yeah, Simon's got nothing. I'm at least a little bit more civilized. DVD release: Batman: Dark Knight Returned Part 2. The first part, for those who saw it, was interesting. As we know, I am not a Batman fan.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Can you tell there's Superman's right there? But there's one Batman thing right there, and then it covers all the Batman statues. Not a Batman fan. The first one was interesting. I was a little, I'd say, disappointed. I mean, part 1, part 2, I was just like, really, you're gonna leave me hanging? And old Bruce Wayne. I actually never read the comic, the original comic. The art does not bring me out. Craig has actually read it and not seen the new. He's seen part 1, but he hasn't seen part 2.
I haven't seen part 2 yet.
Superman is in part 2, and that's what got me to watch it. I saw the commercial and I was just like, yeah, but he's a douche in the movie.
As in every other form of media.
I don't think he's a douche. I think he's a great guy. The movie was phenomenal. I will say it is my favorite Batman. It made me respect the man, the fictional character on my computer. It made me respect him. Great animated movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It just came out this week. Craig's gonna go watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it here after we film here tonight. One thing I can say though, I saw the first one and I have read the graphic novel many years ago. And from what I can remember, I mean, I was like 8 when I first read it, give or take.
That's a long time.
A long time ago. But it did a decent job capturing the art form of it, which, is to be desired for. You have to have that kind of taste for something like that. But the dialogue, some of the dialogue, from what I can remember, is almost ripped right out of the page, and definitely some of the scenes are ripped right out of the page in Volume 1. So I'm hoping that when I go into Volume 2, or Part 2, we have the exact same style and the exact same fight.
This makes me want to go back and read the comic book and just force myself to read it.
I would. For anybody who's out there who hasn't read it, I'm not a big fan of some of the newer incarnations of Batman, but a lot of people get their A lot of people get their resources and knowledge from the Dark Knight, from Frank Miller's Dark Knight.
My favorite Batman character is Bane because he breaks the bat. So,
moving on
to Superman news. No, I'm just kidding. There's none right now. The big news now, and J.J. Abrams. If you ruin Star Wars, I will get a smoke monster and hunt you down.
A smoke monster. For those Lost fans out there, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Into Star Wars, I will jump off a bridge.
Maybe a polar bear instead. I mean,
I swear, if there's polar bears or smoke monsters in any of the new Star Wars movies, J.J. Abrams is going to be directing the new Star Wars Episode 7 / Disney movie.
Which, for me, honestly, I love Star Wars, but I wouldn't call myself...
You've never seen it?
Star Wars?
I've
seen all of them.
I think it's our friend.
It is our friend. I've seen all the Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'm not going to go dress up as a trooper at a con as he brings out the Boba Fett. There we go.
Better. The rest of the podcast with this thing on. I can't tell if I'm screaming.
Very improvement. Just keep it up. I'll tell you if you scream too loud. Don't wake the neighbors. But I'm a big fan of Star Wars, and I'm a huge fan of the first few seasons of Lost. And J.J. Abrams...
They were dead. All of them were dead.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She's also never seen it. Anyway.
That'd be Craig's girlfriend over there. She's Yeah, sorry.
The producer. Anyway, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of J.J. Abrams. I've loved everything J.J. Abrams has done. Cloverfield is probably at the bottom end of that, but there are some parts of Cloverfield that I like. But the cool thing,
What, the shaking camera?
yeah, no,
Yeah, I'd
but
rather watch Blair Witch.
no, like the fleas that come off of him, like the ticks and stuff like that. But no, really, what I want my point to this is, I love the Star Trek movie, the first one.
Okay, that's
Second
sacrilegious.
one,
Like,
no, time out.
It's like saying I have to cut you off right here. J.J. Abrams is going to be making Star Wars and Star Trek, ladies and gentlemen. He's still contracted into making Star Trek 3, which they're saying should be released probably around 2017. Star Wars is coming out 2015. It's soon, but not soon enough. It's almost sacrilegious. I mean,
I understand.
Trekkies and wars. It's.
But can't we all just get along?
No, we can't. I mean, they have their phasers on stun, and I got my lightsaber, and I just gotta go Trekkie hunting.
I know.
Sorry.
I understand. But let me just, maybe I can enhance your calm woosah here. Now, for those of you who don't know, okay, J.J. Abrams, he did Star Trek.
And Mission Impossible.
Star Trek was really awesome. Anyone who's ever seen it, I have never heard a person say it was bad.
Never seen the originals, but I will say the new Star Trek
Was good.
is pretty.
A lot of people say it was so good because it felt like a Star Wars movie.
Well, for those who don't know, if you watch Star Trek, don't know the exact timing, but when it's towards the beginning when they're warp speeding into Spock's home planet, the moment they pull out warp speed, I feel like a complete geek right now. It's okay.
That's what we're here for.
Warp speed. If you pause it and go frame by frame, you will see R2-D2, because he's the most vulgar character in a movie because he bleeped out every single word. But yeah, you see an R2-D2 in the background, just like floating through space. I know J.J. Abrams states that he's a huge fan of the Star Wars series.
But the thing is, he wasn't a fan. He
wasn't a fan of the Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah, he
and
was
look
not
how
a fan
well
of
he
Star
did with
Trek.
Star Trek.
I will say,
so he is a fan of Star Wars. So imagine how well he's going to do. It's like it's a fanboy creating a movie, and it's going to be phenomenal.
If J.J. Abrams would have directed the first 2 trilogies, we still wouldn't know Darth Vader was Luke's dad. That's all I'm saying. He would have dragged it out 12 movies. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it took that long for him to tell you what's going on in Lost, and still I have questions.
But once again, Star Trek was awesome.
It was awesome. Go see Into Darkness. God knows what it is. The trailers don't tell you much. I mean, hell, I saw 15 minutes of the movie and nothing. I still don't know what the movie's about, except for some dudes helping some little girl in the hospital. I mean, it looks great. And Spock's in a volcano.
It's dark and gritty, like everything else nowadays.
So
it's going to be awesome. The one thing I can guarantee, probably, you're going to see with J.J. Abrams taking over any movie, lens flares. Lots and lots of lens flares.
He's going to see a lightsaber just.
That's probably
every time there's this lightsaber, like we do it. You're probably going to see a light flare.
But
and you'll see Tom Cruise running.
That's trademark to him. But I will say,
at least it's not doves. Like
if all the fanboys and fangirls out there can look past that, I think we're gonna see a really good movie.
I'm going to go in with low expectations. I mean, I know Disney.
It can't get any lower than Phantom Menace.
It can't be worse than Jar Jar Binks.
Yes,
it can't
nothing can be worse than Jar Jar Binks.
It's Disney. It's J.J. Abrams. They already got 2 strikes.
Oh.
So, moving on. The revenge of the remakes. God, can we get into the original script? I mean, I'm excited for the Superman remake. I'm excited for all those. But really, Gremlins and RoboCop. RoboCop, yeah, they redid the outfit. We'll be posting some pictures on our website page as well as Facebook. It looks pretty awesome, I will say. But Gremlins? I mean, Mogwai, like I wanted one as a kid, but now
I used to have a Gizmo stuffed animal and a Gizmo Furby. I used to have a Gizmo Furby as well.
The Furbies look like Mogwai. I was always scared to buy one because I just wouldn't want to get wet. Gremlins, the great movie.
Is it a Christmas movie or is it not a Christmas movie? That is the question. The first one.
I would say it's a Christmas horror movie, and I hate horror. I have a friend that drags me to them. So I'll be doing some reviews of horror movies, but don't expect me to do many.
That's what I'm here for.
I don't have enough underwear.
TMI.
No, I have a weak blood.
But what I can say though on RoboCop, the thing though I'm the look. I'm a child of the '80s, and that movie is so gritty. The original movie, for being '80s and campy, it's so gritty.
It is. I mean, and we grew up with the suit, like that silver suit. And it's so. Like, my name is RoboCop.
I can't even fathom.
Murphy.
Yeah, I can't fathom anything coming out of the good. Out of the
it looks like something
good.
From Tron.
Yes,
it looks like something from Tron. I mean, I'm excited for it because it's.
I mean, I'm going to see it.
It's going to be an epic film, probably, of shooting of gun porn. Gun porn. And he has a motorcycle, which is pretty cool. I mean, how a motorcycle, 2 wheels, holds a man made out of metal, I don't know. We'll see. But Gremlins, they're still holding off. There's rumors that Steven Spielberg actually might be directing it as well. He's pushed back. What movie was it they pushed back?
He pushed back Robopocalypse. There's actually a hold on Robopocalypse. He's saying he's found a way to make the movie cheaper. But what's strange about that news is all this coming out around the same time we have rumors of Gremlins being rebooted, or possibly a sequel, most likely a reboot. Gremlins 3D. I'm sure it'll be called.
Little Mogwais popping out the back and they come out the screen.
That's what it's going to be called.
Soon, we're going to be on 3D. No, I'm just kidding. That'll never happen.
Get the glasses.
We're going to do smell-o-vision before anything.
Bringing it back. But with Steven Spielberg, for those of you who don't know, he directed the first movie. I believe he wrote or co-wrote the first movie as well of Gremlins, and it's awesome. If you haven't seen it, go out there, kids. See it. Awesome. But with Steven Spielberg, he has such ties to it that they can't make it without him, basically, or without his permission. And also, Jurassic Park 4, which is due to come out here real soon, they're saying that that's probably why he put off on Robopocalypse, is to take care of these 2 movies.
I'm not a fan of 3D movies, backtracking a little bit, but I am excited of the re-release. 20 years. Can you believe it's been 20 years?
That's crazy.
Of Jurassic Park. I will be at the theater.
And that is a movie actually in 3D. I want to see.
I want to see in 3D. I want to see like right there coming at you and stuff.
Definitely would be awesome. I remember the first time as a kid seeing that movie, the original.
I would not want that and smelling the poop would be horrible. I'd pass out.
But the good news is we do have a release date for Jurassic Park. It's June 13th, 2014, so right around the corner next year. Even though this year just started, it's not like it's 2015 like every other big movie that's coming out.
Real fast.
Okay.
It always does. I always write like 14 anyway.
But here's what I can say: if it does have Spielberg attached to it, I'm definitely seeing this movie. Jurassic Park 4 is a must-see if Spielberg is a part of it.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, JP2 was horrendous.
Yeah.
The third one was the one with the doc back in it.
Yeah,
that was all right. It was bearable. We'll see about 4. Hopefully they don't bring any dinosaurs into like LA or New York or something like that. This is not King Kong, okay? We want dinosaurs on an island.
I'm sure we're going back to the island. I'm sure there's going to be some surprises there
we
for
go back to the island.
J.J. Abrams can do it too.
J.J. Abrams make Jurassic Park. I'm just shooting myself. Pirates. We have a release date for Pirates.
We have an official release date
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is
the man that never stops
coming back. I don't know if you're excited about this. July 10th, 2015, like every other big movie.
This is Pirates number like 9?
9, 10. No, it's actually number 5.
5. Orlando Bloom's coming back. No, just kidding.
We don't know. Personally, I would like to see it. I think the last one, it was missing.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, it really was.
It was missing everything. A screenplay.
Yeah.
I had mermaids.
It missed my attention. But it was for what it was. It's okay.
It was
but this
Johnny
is something...
Depp dressed up as a pirate. I think that's the only reason anybody goes sees it. I mean, there are more women in the world than there are men, right? So that's why.
That's what they say.
That's why they do well. On our next show, we'll be doing reviews of these following movies, which I'm actually super excited for. We'll be doing a little Battle of the Old Guys. Sylvester Stallone coming out with a bullet to the head. he looks jacked up in this movie.
He is
That
jacked
vein
up
coming down that
in
neck,
this movie.
I mean, is ridiculous. And I'm sure that has nothing to do with drug enhancing or anything whatsoever.
No, especially at that
It's
age.
all
Come
natural.
on. He ate a sensu bean, for those of
He
you.
did. He
ate a
did.
sensu
Super
bean.
Saiyan 4 or 5. Dead Bodies, which I will say, I was really hating on this movie when the first trailer came out. It's like Twilight with zombies, really? Come on. But they finally came out with an extended trailer. It looks funny. It's a funny romantic comedy with zombies, which to say the least is interesting because it's something that's never been done.
Okay, you're right.
So I have to go watch it. It's like it's like if they came out with a movie with unicorns and robots.
You know,
like,
now that you've said that, we here on the show, as well as 90% of the world, says there's no creativity in Hollywood, and this is a new take on a zombie movie.
Zombie love story. I mean, I'm sure.
So this is a new take.
As long as he doesn't glitter, like Twilight, I think we'll be okay.
They are saying it's the replacement to Twilight, but
just don't let it be.
I'll watch the
movies.
first one. I'm
Just
sure there'll be
one.
sequels, but
what they could do, warm bodies and then like cold bodies, like I mean,
lukewarm,
hot
bodies, hot bodies.
The other movie we're going to be doing a review is Die Hard 2000.
In 25.
Die Hard 5. Bruce Willis coming back.
Harder? No.
Die Hard 5. Good day
to
to die hard. Good day. Good
I don't
day
even
to die.
remember what it
Bruce
is
Willis
anymore.
is far from young. He's gonna break through that door and kick us in the face.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Ask Kevin Smith about that. Good Day to Die Hard comes out on Valentine's Day, so ladies, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's
that's
our
where
Valentine's Day.
Where
this year,
I'm going to
ladies.
be on Valentine's Day eating a box of chocolates by myself. So yeah, that's hey. Bruce Willis can keep me warm anytime.
Yeah, and you know what? With this movie, though, it looks like it's more the same, which I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching the marathon. In some theaters are going to be playing all 5 movies.
He's insane. He's going to be watching them
I'm
all back to
there.
back.
I'm going to have a catheter.
I'm going to sit back and watch my DVDs.
And I'm just going to sit there and just like, Bruce Willis, and just watch, eat popcorn, and I'm just going to go in my pajamas.
Hey,
I mean,
you know what?
No shame.
And it's Bruce Willis.
You just can't go wrong with Bruce Willis.
The only thing, though, I can say from looking at this film that makes me question it that I may not like it.
I just hope the movie's not in the trailer.
It's involving, well, that too. I hate when movies do that, but it looks like it has his son in it. Everybody, if you don't know, it looks like it's going to have his son. And the last movie that I can recall off the top of my head that I was uber excited for that involved a character I grew up with,
Superman?
Son. No. Well, oh God, that was horrible too.
No,
but
that is not a Superman movie.
I was thinking of Indiana Jones, and that kind of was. And so I'm afraid. I'm afraid though that this is something that they're going to try to pass a torch to somebody else, and if it isn't,
I don't know if you could pass the torch of
if it
John
isn't
McClane.
him, if it isn't McClane, I don't want this. I don't want to see part 6, 7, and 8 featuring his son and Bruce in a wheelchair.
It can't be because his son's like a
happen.
secret agent. From what the trailer gives, his son's a secret agent.
I just don't want to see
Jersey.
it. I don't want to see it though. But with these upcoming reviews though, what it will be good to see and what I am interested is, even though Sly Stallone, he has a couple of movies under his belt since his return, meaning the Expendables. But it's his first like solo movie really going out there, and it's gonna be interesting to see. Your review on Arnold's movie. You kind of took it from my boy.
Put on glasses in the movie,
and so we're gonna be.
He does. He's looking at a dead body. It's just like, let me put my glasses on.
But I think that I haven't seen the movie, but I think that was the point.
I know people from Austria, and nobody sounds like Arnold. Arnold's got the weirdest accent. No one sounds like Arnold. Why is Arnold's accent? If someone could email us and tell us why Arnold sounds the way he does, that'd be great. Mystery that's been boggling me since Conan. So
just a little tidbit for those Arnold fans out there. There's an old I think it's his first movie. It's actually just about him bodybuilding, And
Isn't it Hercules? Where he
no,
doesn't
that's his
speak
first
in English?
actual movie. But there's a movie just about him pumping. I think it's called Pumping Iron, actually. And there's a scene in it, and you can actually find it on YouTube online too. And it's very weird. They're talking to him and they're asking him, why does he work out so much?
I lift things up, I put them down.
But he's kind of talking like that. But he's like, He's explaining he gets great pleasure out of it. And when he says pleasure, he emphasizes on pleasure, and he actually uses the word coming a few times. It's pretty hysterical. Look up his video.
Wow.
And he's like,
I don't know how I
and
think
he talks
everybody
about,
just turned off their YouTube.
No, but it's really
browser.
funny because he talks about himself getting the girls. So it's like coming twice. It's hysterical to watch stupid young Arnold.
And now we see why he cheated on his wife.
And with that, guys, that is the show. A long show here today. Our first show. Want to kind of go out there and show you kind of what we're going to be doing. This is obviously work in progress. We're going to get better at this. And
Progress and work.
Work. No?
We don't do music.
Okay, we don't do music videos.
No.
Well, thank you guys. Have a good night. Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.